What is up, everybody? For those of you that don't know, I'm Daniel. I'm joined by Brett. We are representing Beyond Us, and this is the first weekly picks for the 2022 season. Now, we did this last year, but this was before the podcast had started. This was before Beyond Us was a thing, so we did it over on my personal channel. Going forward, this year, this will be featured on Beyond Us's account. You can check these out every week. We're going to try and get them out every week before the Thursday game. That way we can include every game. But the way this works, for those of you that don't know, is as you can see, there's an image that'll show you every game that happens this week with a number in green that says plus and then the number. That is the spread. When betting, we'll use the first game as an example. Buffalo at the Rams. The Rams are plus 2.5. That means in terms of betting, when you pick your winner, the Rams are going to get an extra 2.5 points added to their score before they decide who won in the world of betting. So if Buffalo won the game 16-14, the Rams would still win at the line. Just so everybody understands how that works going forward for the season. Additionally, we might just dabble. We didn't bother putting it up on the screen because we're not sure how it's going to go. It's probably going to go horribly, but we just might dabble in the over-under bets. So just to explain those real quick, there's going to be a number for every game. It's going to be a big number, and we are betting on whether or not we think the team or the two teams will score a total of over or under that value. So we'll just kind of play with that one this time, see what we think, and we'll go from there. But Brett, how are you doing today, sir?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm already not looking forward to some of these spreads. I'm just being honest.
No, real talk.
I don't like a few of them. Yeah.
I mean, I will say at least we didn't get any of those double-digit spreads because those are when they get stressful.
Yeah, those are tough. Those are real tough.
Because it's like, you know who's going to win.
You get a plus 12.
Yeah. Like, you know who's going to win, but who the fuck are you going to pick when somebody gets plus 12? But that's how this is going to work, freebies. Everybody. And let's just go ahead and get started, shall we?
So, I do actually have something to talk about for this particular game.
All right.
So, one, these are two Super Bowl contender teams. The
Correct.
Bills.
The Buffalo
and the
Bills
Rams.
and the Los Angeles Rams. The Super Bowl champions.
Super Bowl champs, yeah.
Only the second team in history to win a Super Bowl in their own stadium.
And one of the big favorites to win this year's Super Bowl. Yep. Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
So, the Bills actually have quite the negative going for them that I did not know about till recently.
Okay.
Apparently, their cornerback room is very weak right now. Their star cornerback is injured at the moment, and it looks like they're going to be relying on two rookies to hold it down.
Ugh.
So,
and we already know Matthew Stafford will tear that up.
Yeah. That's not the greatest look.
Nah.
The Rams offense was already a high
powerhouse
fire offense.
Yeah.
And their defense is no joke, so the Bills are already going to have an uphill battle just going against their defense alone. To have a weak link on their own defense like that the Rams can exploit, I think the Rams might take this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a standing where I think, based on just changes in the locker rooms and stuff like that, I think that not only will the Rams probably win via the spread, but I think there's a good chance the Rams just win outright.
Yeah, I think they might just take
points,
this game.
It's hard to not take the Rams in this.
Right.
I think that's enough said, so let's go ahead and move on. Philadelphia Eagles at the Detroit Lions. The Lions getting 4 points. I'm going to be honest with you. The skill level of these two teams, I'm surprised the spread's not higher.
So
That's the worst team in the league last year versus a playoff team.
So I know both of these teams have done a lot.
Yes.
Since last season. I think the Eagles are rated to have one of, if not the best offensive line in the NFL right now, just based off of who they have.
Definitely top 5.
Obviously not going to know how
Until
that
we
is
see
until the
what
games
happens,
start, but they've made some big improvements, which is going to be great for Hurts. As for the Lions,
I think this actually,
the Lions have
this
just
will
been
be make or break
they-
for Hurts.
Yeah.
If he doesn't
I
get it
think-
done this season, with everything they've done to give him the world, that might be it for him.
Yeah.
Especially in a weaker NFC, because the AFC is where it's stacked.
Right.
So if he don't make the playoffs,
Not to mention, your division is notoriously just not
yeah,
much of a competition.
yeah.
The Lions now, they've made upgrades all over the place.
But not at quarterback.
Not at quarterback. It's tough. I don't know what the Lions are capable of. Like, in the slightest. I have no idea.
I don't either, but you know what I don't think they're capable of? I don't think they're capable
I know their
of winning
motivation's
against this
high.
spread. Even with this spread, I don't think that's enough points for them. Not first game, Philly coming out hot.
Yeah, I think Philly takes this one, even with the spread. I think Philly wins by probably a touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the Lions are going to keep it relatively close for most of the game.
It's fair.
I think they have a lot of just motivation right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're coming off Hard Knocks, which is just built so much hype within that locker room.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be interested to see where they go from here.
Yeah, for sure. I will say, let's go back real quick because we said we would
Yep.
do it and we didn't do it.
Oh,
the over-under
right.
for the Buffalo Rams game is 52.5 at the moment. Do we think that Buffalo and the Rams total 52 points or higher? I say yes. I say over. I think those are two high-scoring offenses and not the greatest defenses. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
52 points. Yeah, I'll give it the over on that.
All right, let's go ahead and do the over-under on Philly-Detroit. Philly-Detroit, 48.5. I got to take under. That's
a lot.
that's three.
I mean-
That's 3+ touchdowns each team. If both teams got 3 touchdowns and a field goal, they still wouldn't break 48.5. There's no way. there's no way. I got to take the under.
Yeah, I'll take the under on that.
All right. Now we'll move on. San Francisco heading to Chicago, who, just as a quick little tidbit, I don't know if you heard about this, but there is a rumor that within the next 5 years, Chicago might not be in Chicago anymore.
Yeah, apparently they're very much pushing for that. Like it's not even so much a rumor
Yeah.
at this point as we
want
are
this.
moving out
Yeah.
of this stadium
Which is crazy.
as the Chicago Bears or not.
Yeah.
They're leaving that stadium. It doesn't matter if they go to a different city. They're not going to be in that stadium anymore.
No. And,
What was that, Soldier Field?
yeah, Soldier Field. So,
Yeah.
Just a little crazy tidbit, but San Francisco going to Chicago, Chicago getting +7. I don't think there's too much to say here. I think Trey Lance is a much higher prospect than Justin Fields. I like Fields, but it's Chicago. I mean, Chicago's just notoriously bad recently. They're unreliable. I mean, they make Kirk Cousins look elite, and they do it twice a year. And San Francisco made it to the NFC Championship game last year. Like, off some bullshit, but they made it to the NFC Championship game last year. And if Trey Lance starts to fall apart, San Francisco re-signed Garoppolo. They kept him.
So that's been like a big question.
I'm taking
right
San
now.
Fran.
How should they run that, right? Because they've been this entire preseason training camp. It has been Trey Lance is our quarterback. Garoppolo, we don't even want you training with any of the people, right? Like, they're trying to cement that Trey Lance is the quarterback. They re-sign Garoppolo. Are they just going to do a thing like they did in Miami where we're just going to bounce between the two quarterbacks?
No, I don't
every
think
time
so.
Trey Lance just starts having a fallout?
I don't think so.
They just swap
them
out?
I think that... So here's the thing. I think they kept Garoppolo because Shanahan doesn't want Lance. I don't think he wants him. He didn't want to draft him. He did not want him as his quarterback. And so I think they kept Garoppolo so at the first sign of shipwreck, they can abandon ship and go back to old reliable in Jimmy Garoppolo and bench Lance again. And if I will say this, if Lance gets benched, he stays benched unless Garoppolo gets hurt.
It just doesn't seem
Logical?
smart.
No, I don't think it is either.
For the team. In all regards, it's not great for Trey Lance. You're not letting him build confidence.
He's apparently
on the
very
football
unhappy about it.
Yeah.
Which, understandable, it feels like his team doesn't trust him.
No, it's fair. And like for the team, it's just like, just as like, let's just say a veteran player, you guys have made several runs, Jimmy G can theoretically get it. He can get it done.
To the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he can get you there. So it's got to be difficult for the team to not sit there and think,
say like, why wouldn't we just keep using Jimmy?
Let's just put him in.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
but with all that,
I don't know how that's going to affect them.
I don't think it affects them enough to let Chicago win this spread. I don't think Chicago's on that same level.
So, I'm tempted to go against the grain here.
It's up to you.
I think I might take Chicago with the spread.
All right. We have our first difference of the season.
I think I might take them.
All right, let's go.
If I didn't see the way San Francisco handled themselves,
right,
in preseason,
I understand.
I probably would have gone the other way.
Over under on the San Fran Chicago game 41.
I'm going under.
Agreed.
Going under.
Just
seems so high.
That seems mad high, bro.
It just seems so high.
All right, Pittsburgh is heading to the Super Bowl runner-up Cincinnati Bengals. I believe the Pittsburgh has not still has not officially announced their starter, but they named Trubisky a captain. And with naming one of your quarterbacks a captain, you have to assume that's going to be the starter.
So, yeah. All, like, forward-thinking knowledge is
it's Trubisky.
Mitch is going to be the starter.
Which means 6.5 is not enough. Not against Cincinnati.
I think that is the smart play for them. I don't think... Although...
I didn't see enough of what
really
Pickett did, so...
I liked what Pickett was doing. He showed some potential, but I think it's probably smart to
yeah, for sure.
Let Trubisky run some games, maybe he can build some kind of capital for himself and he can get traded to or signed to a different team next year. But let Kenny Pickett just, learn.
Yeah, for sure.
Build himself. But in terms of this,
6.5. 6.5.
Not enough.
No.
Not enough.
No.
No,
This is
it's
going to
the
be a
Bengals.
multiple possession game, like for
Yeah.
Cincy. So, over under Pittsburgh at Cincinnati, 44.5.
We're just staying in like the mid 40 range, huh?
For the most part, we had that 152.5, and then every other
41,
game except
44.
for 3 of them is in the 40s. 44.5.
What'd you say? 44 and a half?
I mean, let's assume this is a 10-point game. Let's say it's 24-14. That would be 38.
Right. Yeah.
One more touchdown on either side is enough to
Pull
pass
it the other way. I'll take the over on this one.
Yeah, I think I'll take
can
the
see
over
it.
too.
I can see like the Bengals get a decent run. The Steelers, sneak a few scores in.
It could also just be a blowout, and it could be like 10 to
could.
35.
Yeah.
And that still makes it over.
Over. Yeah.
So, all right. Up next, we got another divisional game. The New England Patriots are heading to Miami. New England, the underdog in this game, getting 3 points. That's kind of interesting to me. I, on paper, would think New England is the better team. But I guess they're thinking with Tyreek Hill down in Miami. Maybe he can make some magic happen.
I mean, it's not just Tyreek Hill, right? Like you have Tyreek Hill is going to be pulling so much attention.
Right. But I'm
right?
saying like
He
it
has
is
to.
going to be Tyreek changing the dynamic.
Right. And that just means Waddle.
Yeah.
Waddle's like he shined last year. Think about how he's going to shine when they have all this like focus on Tyreek Hill. I don't know. That'll be tough. I'm going to be honest. I haven't heard too much in terms of the Patriots.
I haven't either. As far as I can tell, they've had a bad offseason.
That's what I've heard. That's like the only thing I've heard.
So
honestly.
What are you thinking? New England or Miami?
I'm thinking Miami.
I will also be taking Miami. It just feels the most logical in this situation.
I think they've done a lot of work into their team.
Yep.
I like Tua as a quarterback. I just haven't heard anything good come out of the Patriots camp.
Yep.
Not to say I've heard exceptionally bad things,
Right.
but I haven't heard favorable things. And that doesn't bode well in my mind.
The over-under,
But
46.5. I'm taking the under. That sounds high for these two. A little high.
46. I think I'm going to take the over on this one.
Okay.
I can
first
see
difference
both
on that?
offenses shining better
Yeah.
than the defense.
They absolutely could, yeah. Up next, the first revenge game of the weekend. One that I am excited to watch. The Cleveland Browns, in all of their dismay, head to the Carolina Panthers for Baker's backlash. 2.5
they should have
points.
given them way more than 2.5.
2.5 points. That is not enough. Baker is going to rip. They don't even have a quarterback. Carolina. And That being said, if Cleveland wins this game, Baker's fired.
So I think their quarterback's going to be Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett, I think, yeah.
Yeah, the Browns' biggest chance in this game is their run game.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Like, that is a power dynamic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they establish their run game, even though it should be the thing that they're looking for.
I'm just going.
But if they establish their run game,
Carolina got McCaffrey too, so it's not like they don't know how to run the fucking football. Like,
yeah, but which defense is going to handle it better?
I mean, I don't know which defense is going to handle the run better, but I'm going to tell you this. I know which defense is going to handle the quarterback better. The one that's playing against the third-string quarterback.
Man, it's going to be crazy when Jacoby Brissett just pops the fuck off.
Yo, Baker's fired if he loses this game. Right? You lose your revenge game, you're fired. You're not allowed to.
It depends on how.
No.
I think it depends on how you lose.
You're not allowed to lose your revenge game.
If you like put up 4 touchdowns, right, but your defense can't do anything.
All right, you didn't lose, sure. But if you throw,
if
you throw 2 picks,
oh man,
one of them's a pick six.
That's gonna be a rough game if that happens.
2 fumbles,
but nah, I gotta
1 touchdown.
I gotta give it to the
Over under 40.5, our lowest of the week. I don't know. That one's tough.
If I'm going with the assumption, which could be a completely unfair assumption to the Browns, right? They are professional football players, but if I'm going the assumption that they're going to get stomped.
Hold on. They always been professional football players, and at one point,
I know.
They 100% would have lost to college teams.
I know.
Simulations had them losing like 50-0 to the fucking Crimson Tide.
I think I'm gonna take the under, even though I'm fairly confident in Nick Chubb's ability to just bulldoze through a defense like it's nothing.
It is only 3 touchdowns each team, but do we honestly think that both of those teams are putting up 3 touchdowns? I don't know. I'm going to take the under as well. Up next, Indianapolis heads to division rival Houston Texans, who also are questionable in the quarterback department, in my opinion. Getting 8.5. Indianapolis definitely has improved upon last year. They went from Carson Wentz to Matt Ryan. Is the change of going from Wentz to Matt Ryan and the fact that Houston did not go get a reputable quarterback warrant an 8.5 point spread?
This is tough. Because I personally think the Texans are better than we looked at initially.
I don't.
I think as a team overall.
And man, even the NFL analyst had them going 1-16.
I get it. I think Colts win, Texans win with the spread.
Ooh, taking the spread.
Yeah, I'll take the spread on this one.
I won't.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
I'm taking Indy. It's just
I have an optimism in the Texans that I definitely shouldn't have. I shouldn't, but I've seen things that have swayed my opinion.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
And they could all be proven wrong. Like literally, this game could just make me. All right, cool.
All right, we were right in that 1 in 16.
The 1 in 16. Yeah.
Over under 46.5.
Under.
Agreed. I just think that's a lot. Up next.
This sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot. The New Orleans Saints take on Atlanta in Atlanta. Atlanta getting 5.5. I understand that New Orleans is a rebuilding team. Like, even though they don't think they are, like, they have Jameis Winston at quarterback. They're rebuilding. They're not where they need to be. But Atlanta is a dumpster fire of an organization right now. They have lost everyone that meant anything to that team.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm taking New Orleans despite the spread. I don't have any extra to say. Feel free.
So, yeah, I'm also taking New Orleans. Although Jameis Winston might not be people's first or fifth, 12th choice for quarterback. He showed last year that he can do it.
Oh no, he can.
And like with the weapons that they have, you know, Michael Thomas, they just got Chris Olave, who is as much of a superstar as people thought he was going to be, and obviously they have Alvin Kamara.
Right. I'm gonna be honest.
I'd say they have everything they need.
You named a lot of names that I know. I'm trying to think, and I'm sitting here like, damn, the only name I know for sure right now on the Atlanta Falcons is the guy that's suspended.
Kyle Pitts.
Oh, Kyle Pitts. That's right. I was thinking
Kyle
of Ridley.
Pitts, yeah.
I was thinking of Ridley. I was like, the only motherfucker I know is the guy that's suspended. Oh, they got that really good kicker. Koo? Is that his name?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He might be the best player on that team, real talk. I mean, I like Pitts, don't get me wrong, but Koo might be the best player on that team. He a beast.
Koo was like...
He a beast. Like, real talk.
Yeah.
Hey, real talk. Everybody that's listening to this, that's watching this, if you are in a fantasy football league and you do not have Koo, you should definitely take him as one of your kickers. Unless you've got Justin Tucker. If you've got Justin Tucker, do not walk away from that under any circumstances ever.
So here's the thing with Koo. Not only he's a good kicker, right?
Yeah,
bare bones good kicker, but he's on a team that gets within kicking range and has to kick.
They used to.
Well,
now they don't have Matt Ryan.
They did.
Now they got Marcus Mariota.
Now they have Mariota, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London. That's the team.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely taking New Orleans. 42.5. Under.
So high.
Under.
Why is it so high?
I don't know. Like I said, the lowest one of the week was the Cleveland one at 40.5.
Are we just assuming both teams are going to score 3 touchdowns? Is that what's going on?
I guess. But let's move on. Baltimore at the Jets. The Jets getting 7. Now, I don't know who the starting quarterback is for the Jets right now because I know Wilson got hurt. But I don't know if it was bad enough to rule him out of week 1.
Let's see. It's saying Joe Flacco is likely to call against the Ravens.
What?
Which is interesting. Very interesting.
It's a revenge game.
It's a revenge game.
And it's one that's not going to go well because Baltimore's going to stomp the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
I think Lamar's got some stuff to prove, especially after kind of like the
whole
struggles,
contract thing.
the contract thing, and just the struggles of last season.
Last season was rough.
And so, and Flacco, he's washed, man. He was never great. He benefited from a fucking phenomenal Ravens defense when he won that Super Bowl. I mean, that was the year Ray Lewis retired. You know what I mean? Like, he benefited from a Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs powerhouse defense. And then they all kind of bounced, and he kind of sucked. And now he's the second string on the Jets. Like, how bad do you have to be the second string on the third worst team in the league? Hell, there might be some days where he's the third string because he's behind the number 2 pick and the should have been number 1 pick. I'm never gonna let it go. I'm never gonna let it go.
Is Mike White still on the Jets?
I think so. Is he not?
I don't know. I know what I'm looking at here. That's not even talking about him.
Hold on, I gotta know now. Mike White.
Yeah, I think Baltimore takes this with the spread.
Yeah, despite the spread, Baltimore wholeheartedly has to have this. Mike White. Oh my God, Mike White is younger than me.
That's not surprising in the slightest.
Hey, yo, wait a minute. I'm learning so much that I didn't know. Mike White's been in the league since 2018. He was drafted by the Cowboys in the 5th round.
Who was the number 1 pick that year?
In 2018? Because
he said he should have been the number 1 pick, right?
Yeah, in 2018, I think it was Baker. He is definitely not as good as Baker. 2018 draft, first selection, Baker Mayfield.
Damn.
I
thought that whole time last season he was talking about Trevor Lawrence.
He was in the same draft as Lawrence and Wilson.
Yeah.
And Jones. Yeah, I did too.
I thought they just picked up 2 QBs.
I had no idea.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's awkward.
Wow.
That's tough.
So just as a little, it's very unnecessary, but just as a little like acknowledgement of the draft class that he's saying he should have gone first overall. Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley. Hell, let's not count people that aren't quarterbacks. Baker at 1, Darnold at 3. All right, you probably should have gone before Darnold. Josh Allen at 7. Josh Rosen, we ain't gonna talk about. Okay, all right. Lamar. Lamar was 32nd pick. Hey man, somebody that beat you in the draft class is playing y'all this week. You're gonna see what a first round draft pick look like.
Oh man, that was such a bold statement.
And here's the thing:
and then
if he had been part of the draft class we thought he was, at least he would have had some merit. Because the other drafted quarterbacks either weren't starting or were playing like ass.
Mm-hmm.
But the draft class that he was in, Baker, Allen, and Lamar?
That's not the draft class you want to be in.
No. And that's just the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
All right.
Sorry, Mike.
So, what's the over-under?
Let me make sure we got it both marked down that we're both taking Baltimore. Over-under, 44.5. That's tough because Baltimore is so dynamic. I could see them putting up 44.5 on their own. Like, fucking Lamar Jackson could run for that much.
Fuck it. I'll give it to him. I'm probably going to learn after this that I'm horribly underestimating these the point totals of these games.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this
But
is
we'll
also
learn.
week
We'll
one,
get
so
better
maybe
as we
they're
go.
fucking bad at it.
Yeah.
Week one.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
a lot of like
Yeah.
hard to judge. Up next, Jacksonville heads to the Washington Commanders.
Dude, I don't even know.
I fucking hate that so much.
It's so bad.
I hate their logo.
It's such a bad name.
I hate the name. I hate it all. I hate it all. We were in the middle of a name change. Why wouldn't we change it to the DC whatever?
I don't.
DC Defenders.
But
that would have been saucy.
Regardless. What are your thoughts here, man? Like, I don't know if I have any.
+3 for Jacksonville. All right, well, let's ask ourselves this. Who has the better quarterback? Jacksonville. Who has the better running back? I don't know.
I don't necessarily know.
I don't know who the running backs are.
Washington's running back is
Gibson?
I fucking know. Gibson, who
is
great
good.
running back.
Is good.
He's a good running back. I don't know how good Jacksonville's running back is because he was their one of their draft picks last year, but didn't play last year.
Right.
So I'm not too keen on his ability.
You know what? I'm going to take Washington. Despite the fact that they have Carson Wentz at quarterback, I think Washington infinitely has the better defense.
Yeah.
Washington's defense, unless they play against Dallas, is actually very good. When they play against Dallas, it is not. Their defense fucking shits the bed against Dallas half the time for whatever reason.
And Carson Wentz is at least throwing to McLaurin.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm just going to go based off the defense. I'm going to say Jacksonville just can't score. And that Washington scores 2 field goals, and 6-0 is good enough for Washington to win the spread. So,
yo, is it fucked? I can see Jacksonville winning the spread, man.
Dog, I can see Jacksonville winning this game.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna give it to Jacksonville for the spread. Give us a little bit of a difference here.
Little difference. All right. The over under. Let's fuck 44 under.
Under.
44.
That number should be in the 30s.
That number should be in the 20s.
I'll give them the 30s. I'll give them the 30s.
Final score 14-10. All right. Here we go, Brett. Here's where shit starts to get a little spicy. The Green Bay Packers are on their way to the Minnesota Vikings, and Minnesota is getting 1.5. I mean, we talked about this in detail, and we were saying that Minnesota might win this game outright. So, with 1.5, it's got to be the Vikings, right?
I'm very torn.
Unless we are going back on what we said.
I know. Oh man.
Let's hear it.
It's so hard for me
you
to
say
just
Minnesota.
Say
Listen. Let's hear it.
man.
Go ahead. Minnesota. And he takes Green Bay.
I just have so many reasons to take Green Bay. It's going to be so... Although this is not a knock on the Vikings offense, it's going to be so difficult for them to score. Mm-hmm. Green Bay's defense is stacked. Mm-hmm. Hell of a defense.
What you pick?
I wish the spread was bigger. I I gotta go with the Vikings. I just know how Green Bay is. Oh man, Green Bay's definitely gonna fucking win this game, but I gotta take the Vikings.
Well done, sticking to your word. I'm not. I'm taking Green Bay. I let you talk me into taking Minnesota in the preseason picks, but I was always kind of on the line of saying Green Bay.
It just makes so much more sense with the teams.
I'm taking Green Bay. I know Packers fans will be delighted to hear that a Cowboys fan stuck with them before their own fan did. But I'm taking Green Bay.
Oh, I mean, I'm rooting for Green Bay. Don't you get it fucking twisted. I'm just saying if they're gonna lose a game,
I would bet on them. You wouldn't. Over under 47.
Over.
I also think over. Moving on. The New York
that sounds about right.
The New York Giants are heading to the Tennessee Titans. The Giants are getting 6. I don't think it's enough. I think the Giants are the worst team in professional football right now.
I heard something about them making some decent changes and moves, and that they might be better than people are thinking, but I don't know what those are.
Right.
And I have no reason to say otherwise. So, yeah, I'm also going with the
Titans. Spread 43.5. I'm going to take the under. Sounds like a lot. Now, granted, I think Tennessee can score about 35. The problem is, I don't think that the Giants can make up the other 8. So,
I'll take over.
Okay. Good game we got here. The Las Vegas Raiders heading to the Los Angeles Chargers. Raiders are getting 3.5. I'm actually going to take the Raiders here.
So I thought the Raiders were going to win.
Yeah.
Just win the game. With points, I think they're going to win it even more.
Yeah, I thought they would have been the favorite. But a lot of people are thinking that Vegas is going to come in last place in their division.
Who's all in their division?
Kansas City, the Chargers, and the Broncos. I mean, that's a stacked division. It's
is
stacked as fuck, but
I think a lot of people are expecting
the Broncos to pop off.
The Broncos to basically just do what LA did.
Yeah.
Get a star quarterback and then just
I mean, they had a lot of the other pieces, so.
Which they did, yeah. So it's very possible.
But yeah, I'm definitely taking Vegas. Over under 52.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a high one.
I'll go over.
I also want to go over, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
These are scoring teams.
Up next, Kansas City heads to Arizona. Arizona getting 4.5.
I have no idea. give me your thoughts. What are you thinking?
Kansas City. I don't think Arizona is that good. I really don't. I know people want to be up Arizona's ass, but Kyler Murray has proven time and time again he is a crumble type. And real talk, Modern Warfare 2 just came out.
Did it just drop?
I'm pretty sure it just dropped. Warzone's getting ready to have Warzone 2. Murray ain't focused. Man's ain't studying.
Bro. I hadn't really looked at the Cardinals' offense.
It sucks.
Hollywood Brown, Rondale Moore, James Conner, AJ Green, and Zach Ertz. That is not a sucky offense.
It's hand-me-downs from teams that were done with their players.
They were still solid players.
Hollywood Brown was not. He can't fucking catch the football. He can't catch. He got MVS syndrome.
I need you to stop disrespecting my mans like that.
Tell me MVS can't fucking catch the ball 9 times out of 10. When he does, he pops off, but he can't fucking catch usually.
He can now. Remember, he took Gallup's
Yeah,
hands.
Gallup's coming back.
Yeah, but he kept him.
No.
Just in time to go to the Chiefs.
That shit was on loan, dog.
We'll see. We will see.
Ertz is at the end of his career. Hollywood is not good.
I don't think
struggling.
I don't think Arizona is going to play as bad as you think they are. I do think the Chiefs are going to win.
I think Arizona. The only reason Arizona won't come in last place in their division this year is because Seattle's in their division.
Maybe. So what's the what we got point wise?
53.5.
I'm gonna take the under.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take the under. There's so many points.
It's a lot of points.
All right, Sunday Night Football.
Now, this should be a fun one.
Tampa Bay heading to Dallas. Dallas the underdog getting 1.5. I took Dallas to win this game, so I'm definitely taking them with points.
Yeah. I also took them to win this game.
I mean, if I'm taking them to win, I'm definitely taking them to win with points. Kind of fool would I be not to? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Dallas's offensive line has me nervous. But we just signed Jason Peters, who's a veteran of the fucking craft. Man's is playing his 20th season as an offensive lineman. That's insane.
Man, is this going to be one of those games where I'm going to be puckering every time I see someone about to tackle Dak? Is it going to be one of those games?
Yeah.
I'm just going to be watching the ankle
Hey, yo, so
the whole time.
Here's what's fucked up. I'm not going to be able to watch the game.
Why not?
I'm going to be at a concert.
Why would you do something so silly?
Shinedown.
Nah, priorities.
It's Shinedown, dog.
Man, you gonna have to just like be, vibing at the concert,
and checking my phone,
watching the game.
Everybody gonna think I'm taking selfies. Nah, bitch, I'm checking the score. I'm checking the score. I ain't got no Wi-Fi. But no, I'm taking Dallas. I could see this going either way. Obviously, it's Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm taking Dallas. I took Dallas to win it outright. I'm definitely taking them with points. Over under 50. You know what? Hold on. As a little bit of help for us. NFL Week 1, 2021. We played them in the first week of the season last year.
Yep.
Let's use that as a little bit of an, cheat sheet.
I mean, shit. I thought you guys were going to win last year.
I did too. Last year.
I honestly, I think you guys should have won last year.
We should have. There was a lot of bullshit.
We saw some things.
Shenanigans.
But
your camera has frozen, good sir. There you go. You're no longer frozen.
See, I was thinking the same thing about you. We're going to have to hurry this up because your internet's breaking down.
Last year, they scored a total of 60. I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
All right, final game.
And I don't think there's much to talk about on this one.
No.
Broncos.
Yeah, I'm also taking Broncos.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Not much to talk about at all.
But it is a revenge game.
It's true.
It's a revenge game. Over under.
Another one.
44. This is a tougher one. But because I don't think Seattle's going to be able to produce a lot of points, I'm going under.
Yeah, I'll go under.
Yeah. All right. So, just as a quick recap, looking at the picks we made, 1, 2, 3, 4 differences between you and I in the picks this week. And on the over-under, 1, 2. 2 differences on the over-under. So, as you can see, everybody, these are our picks for week 1 of the 2022 NFL season. Feel free to put your picks in the comments.
Yeah.
But remember, your comments are time-stamped. Don't put a pick with the Thursday game on Friday.
I'm going to call you out.
Cheating bastards. We will call you out fast as fuck. If you put a Thursday night pick on Friday morning, you will get called out. Especially if you get it wrong.
Oh, definitely. Oh, man. Yeah, that's rough.
That'd be so much worse. But we're going to try and do these every week. We will keep a tally of what our scores are each and every week. Please feel free to participate in the comments. And let us know what you thought about the over-under system, whether we should keep it or not. I think it's kind of cool just to think about what's going to happen. But we'll see what happens. That's all I got. Brett, you got anything else?
Nah.
All right.
Football's back.
Football's
I hope
back,
everybody
baby.
enjoys it.
Everybody enjoy. Have a good weekend. Good luck to your favorite team, unless it's Tampa Bay or Minnesota.
Yeah, just because I picked them in this doesn't mean I want them to win.
Nah, he does.
I will gladly take an
He's
L
rooting for
here.
Minnesota. He's rooting for Minnesota. You heard it here. He's a traitor. All right. On behalf of Brett, I'm Daniel. We are Beyond Us, or at least part of it. We thank you, and we will see you next time.